friends, fiends, and everyone in between. Combat! Shing, 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 oh my! I got kind of carried away there. Anyway, when last we spoke, our heroes delved into the undercity of Skypoint and began their gnome rescue operation. They took out many guards and eventually found themselves locked in combat with one of the Bonhars. Let's pick up right where we left off. Yeah, right here. And we'll get back to these exciting demon days.
All right, I believe that brings us to Fetter.
Okay, here we go. So, the sum total of all of Fetter's, just the amount of fighting, just the exponential amount of fighting he's done in the last 4 months, 5 months that we've been at this. How deep in the year are we, John, at this point? Sorry, not to...
I think we were only at, like, close to the end of 3 months.
3 months?
By the time we got to Skypoint.
Yeah.
Which, yes, Nina, I did take 5 ever to get there.
I when we leveled up last, I took Martial Adept. How about it? Just to give me some spicy stuff, and now I'm going to use it. So I'm going to dig deep down, and I'm going to spend one of my superiority die, and I'm going to do fancy footwork, which means that this buffs my AC as long as I continue to move. So that is, that's a 2, but I'll still take it. So my armor class is now 18.
18.
So I'm going to look at the currently reshuffled board with the guards, and I'm going to take a deep breath, and I'm going to see that at least now the path is open for me, John, and I think that I can get there in 60 feet, but I am bum rushing towards the southern bridge across the gaping maw there. And I want to completely bypass the guard.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get to... If I can get there in 60, I want to use my action to cut one of the drow free. The first one of the 5 that are remaining.
Okay.
Picking up your 2 daggers on the way?
No, I know those are down. Those are clanked. I'm a man currently on a mission.
Okay. Yeah, you can get there.
Okay, great.
And despite the map, you are actually on the walkway, so don't worry.
But they're probably on the bridge.
What the? Oh yeah, I'm sure that I'm not.
Fair enough.
Stopping. I looked up and because I saw the Toll the Dead happen, right? And I look at Taslinn as I'm running across, and for the next minute or so, maybe less than a minute, but this is going to be my business. So, I cut him free. I'm like, and I'll say to all of them as I cut the first one free, and I'm like, look there, that's the new leader of the Mengalar. There's a lot to catch you up on, but we'll get you out of here first, all right? Are you well? If you're well enough to fight, fight. If not, grab these gnomes and flee. Okay. And I'll cut the first one, and that's my turn.
There's a fire in his eyes as you cut him free. He probably will fight. Your turn is done. Which brings us to the first thrall. They saw you run past. They're going to...
Oh, did that guard take a swing at me?
He did, but he rolled so low, and with your new fancy footwork, it was just more like... The way I envision it, he's going like, I want to help Bonhart fight, and you go past him, he's like, what?
Yeah.
That sort of thing. I mean, they don't all sound like idiots, but time slows down. He's like, whoa, it barely has any time to react. So yeah, his 8 does shit all. But the Thrall nearby does see you. They're a bit damaged, but they're going to come in on their turn and start chasing you. Better. They're gonna try it. They're gonna fuck around and find out, using their unarmed strikes against you. 18, 8, and 19.
The 18 and the 19 hit.
Okay. So for those, that is 14 damage.
Uncanny dodge, which halves it.
Okay. And then once per turn. And for those that hit you, do a strength saving throw.
Oh, that's not good. It's a -1 modifier to this, gang. Is it a grapple check?
No, it as they strike out at you, it's more of a. Are you going to stay in place?
Oh, sure. Oh, yep, that's a 7. It's an 8 on the die. It's a big 7.
So then, for that, you move 10 feet towards this far edge of the thing.
Oh, well, at least it's not down into the pit. That's where I thought I was going.
Right. So they basically ran up to you and pow pow, and then those hits pushed you back. Yeah.
So I plant my feet and slide, real cool like.
Oh yes.
And go. Ah. So that was so John, 2 hits hit me, and I halved one of them.
Right.
So how much damage did I actually take? Did you?
So 2 hits. It was 7 each hit. So 14. So if you halved one of them,
so 10. Right.
10. Yeah.
Yeah.
That works.
I go shit. Ah.
But they have as emotionless as they seem in the face, there is a flicker of a grin, some personality that kind of seems to break through.
Right.
It's weird. The next one is going to charge in, push the guard aside, and go for Yusuf. With their 3 attacks, Yusuf, 14, 16, and 22.
22 hits.
So that would just be 7 damage, and then a dex saving throw. As they come in, they're trying to swing, but they're coming in high on their hits, trying to knock you down.
Okay. 18 on the die, so 22.
Okay. They were attempting to get you prone, and it didn't work.
Okay.
And that ends theirs. Again, pushing the guard aside. This one is going for Taslinn. Sees the person behind the person. 3 strikes against her as well, if they work. 17, 23, and 8.
2 of them hit.
2 of them hit. 14 damage, and a dex saving throw.
Yeah, no. Nat 1.
Nat 1. You are knocked prone. As they come in, similar to how they did for the other one did for Yusuf, they come in, charge up, and hit downward. They're fast and surprisingly painful. The last one. They're going to crowd. Yusuf. Just awful. Come on. Looks like 1 hit. So 7, and since they're a different person, another dex save. They're trying to knock you prone. This is getting to be a cluster.
That's only a 7.
Yeah, knock prone.
Okay.
Yusuf, your turn. And then it's Bonhart and Taslinn after. It is getting crowded where you guys are.
So let's see, which way do I want to aim this? From the ground, he brings both of his hands together in a fan pattern. Mm-hmm. And he's going to cast Burning Hands. So I need them all. Let's see, G1, whoever just came in last, and Bonham to make me a dex saving throw.
Okay. So all the enemies, or is the one that's challenging Taslinn exempt from it?
I know they're exempt. It's just G1, the 1:30 spot looking at the map. So like noon, 1:30, and 3 o'clock is who it's going to hit. Okay. Actually, yeah. What I'm trying to do is like lean back so I can hit the 3 of them in the fan pattern.
Gotcha. Okay. So G1, basically G1 and Bonhart mark the edges of it.
Yeah, G1, M4, and Bonhart.
Okay. Maps. And they all have to save against, what was it?
Dexterity.
Dexterity. 21 for Bonhart. 2 for the guard.
Okay.
And 11 for the thrall.
So the thrall and the guard fail, so they're taking full damage. So 16 points of fire damage. And Bonham takes 8.
Okay. 16... 8. Not bad. The guard was outclassed in this entire fight. Goes down. Flames away. Flame on.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry.
No!
Oh, no.
3 hours later.
Shut up. No, I'm sorry. It was 46. That's correct.
Okay. Cool. Well, one of the guards, the Dominion guards, ate it pretty hardcore.
Okay.
The thrall took some damage, not too bad. Bonhart brushes it off. He takes a little bit of damage, but mainly snarls at you.
Okay, and then as my bonus action, he just kind of smiles, picks up his sword again, and mist surrounds him and he falls into the ground. And he's going to teleport to the top of the mushroom with Misty Step.
Misty Step, my mushroom.
Nice. Bringing us to Bonhart. Let's see.
I see a Zack Snyder leap coming.
It's a bonus action. He's going to dash. Essentially get to you with the amount of height needed. He's going to climb up there. He's got sights set on you.
But if he bounces on that one mushroom to get to the other one, like,
It's only 5 feet of movement instead of 10.
I just like they really like the idea in this Super Series, like dun 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 dun. It's like doing, doing. This weird mushroom sounds like you guys are just standing
Getting
doing
some of the one-up sounds.
boing boing. Like you guys are just facing off on this giant fungus, and it's like every time you talk.
And then he's going to go for a multi-attack on you. Unarmed strike, 1 hit for 23. 23 to hit
Okay.
for 10 damage. And he's very aggro on you in the sense that you're blunting some of his hits, and he's used to just pulverizing. And so now he is, I said it, aggroing. You're getting him to follow you around. He's like, I'm coming for you. Although that's not what he says. Taslinn, you're up.
Okay, so I'm on the ground. I'm going to kind of look over into the space that's been vacated, which, I mean, you could have stayed there. It would have made things a lot easier, but this is fine.
I'm hoping you're going to AoE the fuck out of it. That's why I got out of the way.
Well, I was also... Here's why it would have been fine if you were there, because you were on the ground with me, too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is why it will be fine. So I'm going to just kind of, point, throw my arm out kind of like in a burst kind of thing. And I am going to cast Synaptic Static.
Oh, yeah.
Anytime you say you're going to cast something, the next few words are just badass.
I'm just... I understand what you're saying now, but I'm just glad I'm not there.
Right, but now this isn't going to hit Bonham either. So, Bonhart, whatever. So, I am actually going to center the sphere point just slightly in the air. So, actually, the bottom of the sphere does not touch me, but it will hit everybody that is around me.
Okay.
That is the right
Because I'm
answer.
centering it on the square that is right next to me, so where Yusuf would have been. And just slightly raised enough into the air that it won't hit me, but it hits everybody else. I need intelligence saving throws from everyone.
1, 2, 3, 4. Let me just look at modifiers here. They're fast, but they're not necessarily smart. Intelligence saving throws. We've got the guard with a 4.
Nope.
One of the thralls with a 1.
Oh.
The other thrall with a 9.
Nope.
And the other one with a 5. They all failed.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Here we go. Can somebody...
It's my wife, everybody.
Well, no, I'll keep track of this. Can you keep track of how many? This is 1. So 2.
How many do you need?
I need 8.
Here's 4.
No!
Okay, fine.
That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 32 points of damage to all of them.
Oof. Love it. Love to see it. Here
And
for it.
then all of them are going to have muddled thoughts for a minute, which means that you'll have to roll a d6 and subtract that number from each of their attack rolls and ability checks,
Okay.
as well as constitution saving throws to maintain any concentration too.
Okay. Good news for you and bad news for the guard. The guard goes down just kaput in the static. Just cradles her head and just collapses in death. The other 2 take a lot of damage, but are still standing and ready to fight. One is near death's door, looking pretty rough for wear. That would be M4, the one directly across from you. M3 to your left. It's not doing so hot. And no, they're all not doing very hot. You start to see some wear and tear on them. They are bloodied, a bit lower than that.
And then I will use half of my action to quote unquote stand up, but I'm not like actually standing up, or half of my movement. I'm not actually standing up. I'm just kind of like getting off of the prone position, but I'm staying like crouched and kneeling.
Okay.
What I'll do is I'll actually kind of like, this is probably going to be terrible for me. But I'm going to roll myself and use that movement to stand up into like the crouched position with my sword at the ready into the square that Yusuf just vacated.
Okay.
So that puts me surrounded by them, which is probably not the smartest of moves, but it's fine. We're here.
You know that scene in Shaun of the Dead where they're with the pool cues. Tonight. So that ends your turn. Bring us to the drow that Feder freed. He sees that his rescuer gets pushed back and makes a quick decision to try and attack the thrall. He is going to... Unfortunately, he doesn't have any weapons with him, so...
It gets knees out.
Yeah. No, unfortunately, the attack goes wild. She is much more sure-footed, and he's been sitting tied up for a while. But he's attempting to draw some attention away from you. It's not necessarily helping anyone else, but trying to keep things distracted. Ending his turn. This guard is going to come down 30 feet. Can't do anything. They're heading. They want to get in on the action. But Feder, you're up.
Okay. I look over and I just see the swarm headed around Taslinn. I'm like, shit. And then I'm going to dive into on this kind of rickety platform. I'm going to just scooch into the 4 remaining drow that are tied up. And then use my 2 attacks to free 2 of them. Okay. So free the 2, essentially...
Kind of
more. I'm putting more people between me and, like, the overseer monk.
Okay, you're essentially in the midst of them, clearing them out.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So they're all free, meaning a lot of unarmed strikes. So Feder, and that was your action and your movement, and that's your turn?
Yeah, I got nothing else right now.
The thrall just glares at the drow. I do 3 unarmed against him. That would be a 15. The first one's a miss, and a hit. She comes in, punches down. He saves against the prone. And yeah, took a bit of a hit from her. Taslinn, these next 3 are going to try to attack you. The same thing. They have a very limited move set, but consistent.
Remember to subtract a d6 from all of their attack rolls.
Yep. Okay, so for the first person, from their attack rolls or damage rolls?
Attack rolls.
Attack rolls. Okay. 14, 8. No, sorry. I have to keep track of that. All right, math, folks. So 17 minus 5. That's 1 minus 3. 19.
Okay, that hits.
That one hits. 14 minus 1. 13. That one misses.
It's right on my armor class, so it'll hit.
Okay, so that one hits. And then 17.
They all hit.
Okay. Those did take some from it, though. So that is 21 from the first person. Let's roll these dice. All right, I'll try to do this a little faster here. 7 for 1. So that's a miss. That one would be a hit because that's a 21 minus 1, so 20. Now this one, that's a 14. No, 14.
So 2 hit.
2 hit. So 14 damage as well. Last person. 14 minus 6. So that's a miss. A hit. And a miss. So 7. That's so much math. Bringing us to Yusuf.
So he gets there in front of me, And
Sorry, one interruption. Sorry. Taslinn, does that last more than one round, or is it just the round?
it's for the next minute.
The next minute.
yeah, it's the
so
next
for
minute.
okay.
Next 10 rounds.
So I'm gonna keep all these beautiful boys here. Sorry, you may continue.
He's going to. Will you let me do something for flavor? I have the I have the ability. I didn't say that I put it in there yet, but I wanted to put the rope in the glove of storing before we came down here.
I will allow it. Given the journey down, the time it took, logically you would probably think to do that.
Okay. So he's going to snap his finger. The rope appears in his hand. I need Bonhart to make me a dex save.
A dex save. Natural 20.
Oh, okay.
He saves against it. So you're attempting to rope him?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Cowboy Yusuf. Let's go.
Look, I don't hate the idea.
Yeah, no.
Bonhart decided no.
Yeah, no, it failed. Okay. That was my action. So, how high up are we?
I think I said like 25, 30-ish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that was my action. So,
Okay. Bringing us to Bonhart. I'm doing it too. God damn it. 20 and 25 to hit.
yeah, they both hit.
And it would be 20 damage. And I need to re-roll this here. Nope, didn't make it. Cool.
20 damage.
20 damage as he comes in. So he's hitting against you fast and hard. That's the Bonhart way. Taslinn, you're next.
Oh, okay. Well, this changes kind of a little bit what I was going to do. Well, I hope you like playing with your eyes shut. No. I have fun hitting what you can't see, and I cast darkness.
Nice. All right. Darkness. On you or the spot?
I'm casting it on my sword.
Okay. So yeah, complete magical darkness.
Yeah, so that's pretty much my turn because I can only cast that spell.
So when it's their turn to combat you, not only do I have all these dice to roll, but I have to roll them at disadvantage too.
Yep,
Yeah.
So-
Disadvantage -6.
because I'm the only one that can see right now.
You have just mathed your way into a victory, probably. Any other action or movement?
Nope.
Okay. The Drow's gonna try to unarmed strike. No. Did you, Feder, when you untied...
I did it kind of from bottom to top. So I did I freed the one that was, next to where I ran onto the platform.
Uh-huh.
Then I freed the next two behind that drow, and then in the next turn I'll free the last two, kind of on the midnight or the north side of the platform.
Okay, so they're not all untied.
No, I got two more. I got the middle two.
The middle
on my
two.
last turn.
Okay, so the one that is up next, he's not untied yet.
Not.
Those two not untied. He is, though.
Yes.
Did you give any instructions to
I said the same.
the same spiel?
Well, I mean, it was I gave one spiel when I got to the group, loud enough for. I mean, it wasn't a whisper at this point. I said it to everybody.
Okay.
So
That one, that drow who's freed, is going to run out past the bridge, start looking around to see if he can't find any sort of weapon implement. And he gets to about the edge of the bridge and sees one of the guards, but also a bunch of darkness appear. So okay, I'm going south. Other guy, same scenario. They only make it to the bridge. There's a guard in darkness, going to swing wild. He's going to move around and attack what he thinks is Taslinn, and succeeds at hitting the base of the mushroom. Like, I got it! It felt fleshy.
does a coin pop out?
A Mario thing. It keeps... This other guard sees the two drow, and he's like, yeah, I'm going to do good today. I'm going to have fun in my job. These fucking dice. He's going to miss. Feder, you are next.
All right, so 2 cuts to free the last 2 drow.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna look.
You're right here, technically.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look to like the north, the midnight side of the bridge, and what do I see on the other side of there? Just some gnomes and things cowering and running around.
Yeah, they've all started to come into attention, and they've stopped working. They're holding their pickaxes. They're kind of waiting to see what to do. They're not sure how this is going. It's best to not move. They're sort of if stuff is going on far away from me, best to not run to where it could be.
Yeah.
So a defensive posture.
So I'll look at the other two drow and I'll go, help the gnomes. We've got this. And I'll look at the first guy I rescued and kind of nod at him like, do we have this? You know what I'll do? I'll toss him a dagger.
Oh, good. Okay.
Just one of my regular daggers.
Okay, cool. Now he's armed.
Whoops, forgot to arm these guys.
Well, theoretically, the two who you freed, there's not much resistance up there right now.
Right.
If at all, so that's cool. Now, that covers pretty much your action, or do you still have movement?
I mean, I'm not gonna to move necessarily. Like, if they run off, I'm gonna stay in the middle of this platform, particularly if I know, I pretty much want to, I know this other monk's gonna come for somebody. I'd rather not get them killed 2 seconds after I freed them.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I'm gonna try to take a stand there.
Okay. Which brings us to the one who's there on the platform with you. She's going to come in and jump off the edge. Just kidding. She's got three. She's got 3 strikes, so she's going to do 2 against Feder and 1 against the drow. Hits the drow for 7d2. Hits the drow for 7. We'll get to that in a second. Then for you, 11
Miss.
and 18.
Hits uncanny dodge.
Okay. Just the 7 damage.
7, so I half that to 3?
Yeah, 3.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the drow doesn't have nearly the thing, and as she comes in, she scoots past him and just clocks him perfectly in the throat. Mm-hmm. And he... Oh, okay, good. Just falls to his knees.
Okay, great.
Backward.
Instead of falling off the platform, Wilhelm screamed to his death. Cool.
And he...
It's okay. There's a giant mushroom underneath him. He'll just go...
And just bounce and come back
up onto the top, yeah.
Like a giant trampoline.
Okay. And so now in darkness, they have a general idea what they want to hit, and they're going to still want to hit it. Which to me is a lot of dice. Okay.
You're the one that...
You don't have to roll it, John.
No.
Yeah. You swarmed her, John.
Yep.
You knew it was going to happen.
All right. So disadvantage, first one. Okay. So 19 for the first one. Rolled 2 17s.
You remembered to subtract a d6?
Yeah. So it was 3. So I rolled 2 17s for disadvantage, which put them to 21. And then 3. So no.
Okay. Well, if it put him to 21 and you subtract 3, that would actually be 18.
18.
But still hurts. Anyway,
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
So 7 for that. Next one's a miss on both those. Ugh. 12. So 1 hit. So the first person, just 1 hit for 7 damage. They're flailing. 1 gets you. Mm-hmm. Miss and a hit. They rolled an 11, which get them to 16, minus 1, 15. So 7 again. Another miss for the second person. Miss and miss. So you didn't take nearly as much. It was a fuck lot of rolls. But you feel the air as they're just like we're frenzying. We're just air punching it. Just can we hit Taslinn? Bringing us to Yusuf.
He brings the sword to bear so that he sees the sword. With his other hand, he puts his hand on his chest.
Ooh, baby.
And puts all 60 points back into himself.
Just dumps it right into himself.
Okay.
He's dumping it. And then with the other hand, with his bonus action, or with the same hand as bonus action, he does this and then puts it in front of him and casts Shield of Faith, giving himself an extra 2 AC.
Okay. And then just to end your turn, and before we get to his, he's going to raise both hands up and just clench his fists as he has a quick survey of the scene. And Taslinn, you hear wisps of air as just there's like a vacuum of not person there anymore. And Yusuf,
Really?
he brought back up,
Okay.
bringing us to his turn. 2 attacks against you. That's natural 20. But
Doesn't count for shit. Eat a dick.
And then 22. So natural 20, and which brings it his attack to 30, and 22.
They both hit.
So 20 damage.
Okay.
And he smirks as he now has you surrounded. Bringing us to Taslinn. Taslinn, now you would notice that something happened. Can you see?
Yeah, she
Yeah,
can see.
I
it.
can see. I'm the only person who can see in that darkness.
Then you saw them leave.
Yes.
But they didn't want to. Like, they were gunning for you. They aggroed on you. But they had a new assignment. So, yes.
I could probably get rid of them, but it would hit you too.
He did pump a lot back into himself. Look at me encouraging friendly fire like they little good DM.
How much damage? Actually, we can't talk about it. If you're gonna do it, if we're gonna do it,
And it sucks because I can't tell you to like duck.
I mean, you can yell as a free action.
I can, but you cannot duck in before I cast the spell.
You're still yelling anyways, duck.
Duck, huh?
And there's a whole round of action.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you know certain things about me. Like, you know all this.
No, I know. All right, well, I'll do it. I am
Here we
going
go.
to.
Biggest mistake of my career.
Boomba boomba.
Yeah, I'm
Power
gonna,
word kill.
I'm gonna cast Shatter. So I need everyone on that mushroom to give me a con save, which the monks also subtract a d6.
Yep. All right. Math time. These things.
Oh, I'm glad I had advantage because that's a 1.
So.
How about a 19?
You're fine.
Cool.
Well, not fine. You'll get half damage.
Okay.
24 for Bonham. Now let's see what the 3. This may have leveled the playing field. Sorry, what was the save again?
It's a con save.
Con save. Oh, they just don't have any of those types of things. 10 for the first one.
Nope.
11 for the next one.
Nope.
11 for the next one.
Nope.
This is where that is going to shine.
So, it's 40 points of damage
Oh!
to all of them. Bonham and, or Bonhart and Yusuf will take 20.
And I'll take 10 because I'm resistant to spell damage. So I'm fine with that.
And it was 40 for the...
Yeah.
Yes. Anybody who did not make the save gets 40.
If you would have went with cold or fire or poison, I would have taken half of that. I would have taken 5.
I can only do so much. By the way, the darkness goes away when I cast that.
Pop, pop, fizz, fizz. Oh, what a relief it is.
So essentially it'll be like the darkness just fades away and then boom.
I love that they just kind of wisp into being, smile, and then all fucking explode.
Yeah. The problem
You
is
see
like,
some of the patina on the wrist guard of
It's
Yusuf's sword kind of like rattle off from the spell, and he just lifts it up and blows it off, smiles.
so quite literally the dark they go whoosh, right? I see them go away. I'm basically like, oh no you don't, and quite literally darkness goes away and then boom right on top of the mushroom
Yusuf,
and they all
here's
just
this-
explode.
A slight fuck you from down below him.
No, I don't say fuck you. I just say no you don't.
It's a mental thing.
I can't believe I'm going to use this example, but
Yeah, and
just
it's
because
like-
it's the most recent thing I saw. But the Chronicles of Riddick, the final fight with Riddick and the Grand Marshal or whatever, where he's got that elastic thing where he starts here, starts to go into another
Yeah.
place. That's kind of what's happening here in this as you burst them. They were gunning for you. They get whisked away. They're like, what's going on? Tether. They finally get to Yusuf like, okay, what's the new assignment? And they are gone. And Bonhart's pretty surprised.
What's the structure of that mushroom like? Just curious.
It's just thunder damage.
Kind of
so
pity.
Yeah. It's
like
metal.
a sponge.
No.
What sound? Is it like a big drum?
Oh yeah.
When they're like,
I mean, it is like it is like glass shattering.
Yep.
inquiring minds want to know.
Do you have other movement you're going to do, Taslinn, or no?
I'll move over to where the drow coming off of the bridge are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Bringing us to... No, he's not doing so well. He can't move. These other two...
The other two guards are like, what the fuck?
Yeah. The two drow that you loose feather, they're going to help the gnomes.
Great.
Those guys are going to unarmed against the guard that Taslin's right next to. One gets a hit on him. G4. Bringing us to the guard who stabbed a mushroom and was pretty pleased with himself until the darkness went away. What? Turns around like, who am I fighting now?
Everyone's gone.
Everyone's gone. Sees Taslinn and drow like, all right, I guess we have to do this. I mean, doesn't have to do it, but he's going to attempt to spear Taslinn for 8. Does 8 hit?
No.
He's hopeful, but it doesn't. Same with the other guard. This one, bless his heart, is like, fuck this.
And jumps off the cliff.
No, and he's going to leave for opportunity attacks.
Oh, okay.
Should you guys do them? The drow, I mean...
Yeah, fuck yeah, I'm doing it. I need blood on my sword.
both drow do hit. Finally!
Yeah, and I got a 27.
Yeah, that doesn't hit.
So hit. Yeah.
7, 2, 4. Okay. What's your damage?
My damage is 15.
Okay, they did 4. You did 15. Boy, he doesn't make it. He's like, no, I give up. And he starts running. Punch. He staggers. The other drow punches, and then you slice him, and he goes down with a ah! Bring us to Fetter.
All right.
This battle of attrition with the last remaining thrall.
Yeah.
Who?
So, Flips just kind of does like a knife flourish with Death's Parlay and one of the dragon tooth daggers. Looks the monk up and down, says, looks towards the mushroom and goes, "This ain't going too well for you, is it, sunshine?" And I'm going to do insightful fighting.
All right.
9 becomes 21.
21 does hit.
Oh, no, it's not a hit. That's the insightful fighting. So against a, what is it? Deception, I think.
Yeah, I think it's contested deception.
Yeah.
18?
Nope. Cool. All right, so I'm going to Death's Parlay. Let's see. 15 becomes 23 to hit.
That does hit.
Okay, great.
Just need to give everyone that you face from now on 25 AC.
Okay, so that's 12, 16, 27 points of damage.
That is 1 over.
God, I love it.
How do you end this last?
So
draw?
I'm just it's a weird flourish of just like different knife moves because of all the monkey shit, and then it's just like a anime like slash, and then she kind of clocks back at him, and then like just the guts just like big seam right across like right under the rib cage.
Oh yeah.
And then the guts just like it just drops out.
And the bottom drops out.
Do you just kind of
and then I just and then she's like and then there's just like a push off the edge.
down she goes, and there's a moment and a boing.
Then I watched to wait to see if she's gonna boing on the mushroom.
There's no splash.
And then I got 30 feet of movement. I'm gonna run off the kind of the 9 o'clock bridge off this platform towards the drow and Taslinn and the other fight. Mm-hmm. Yusuf, you doing okay with that, buddy?
Never better.
Which brings us to Yusuf, which had the thrall remained, that would have been used.
Really? Son of a bitch. guessing a 15 doesn't hit him. Does a 17?
Nope.
Okay, they both miss.
He's on to you. He moves too fast for your attacks, which, incidentally, does bring us to Bonhart. Does he recharge? No. Dirty 20 for first attack and a natural 1 for second. So, one hit.
One hits.
10. He's a little off his game. The fact that you haven't gone down has started to throw him off a bit.
I mean, it was a really loud sound that hit him.
Mop.
Maybe like his equilibrium is thrown off because one of his eardrums got blown.
Nice. Thunk, thunk.
Just full archer. Mop.
So yeah, now
Just yawn. Just.
there
you go.
Taslinn, you're immediately after Bonhart.
So I'm gonna attack the guy behind me.
The eager guard coming in to try and like.
Yeah, that was a nat 20. So that was 32. So I'm not even gonna bother turning around. I'm just gonna reverse my sword. Yeah, and stick him. So that's gonna be times 2, so 10. Yeah, it's even though it's not great. I rolled a 5, so that's like only 15 again.
Well, you
but-
crit, so roll it again.
Okay. That's a 10. So 19 points of damage.
You get him where it counts, directly in the heart with your backstab, and he.
Well, no.
Okay.
So I reverse it and I go low. So what I'm
low,
gonna
okay.
do is like I get him right in the groin.
Ooh.
And then I'm going to like take my hand on the the top of the hilt and like reverse it so that I can put leverage, and I'm just gonna like
Push down.
up through his groin into his guts, and then I'll pull it out.
The sword's just lapping it up like Carrie at prom.
Yes. Yes.
This is the sword of cast.
Yes.
Oh, yes. This is so metal. Love it.
Yeah, that brings that guard's narrative to an end. Anything else? Wait. Anything else you do?
Yeah, then I'm going to move. I'm gonna move back towards a little bit towards the bridge that we came in on, so I can have like a better line of sight on Bonhart.
And so like, no, actually one back.
Not yeah,
Like there.
yeah,
Yeah.
there, and that's all I'll do.
Okay. And for the sake of this, the other drow, he's the one who got his neck jabbed. He is still there, so you'll have to attend to him after the fight.
Choking.
Yeah. The other two drow go and get the gnomes to start moving. They're moving. For the sake of them, they're going to leave combat. As they're taking the gnomes with them, they're starting to go like, oh, hey, come on. For the sake of this, they're not combat effective, so they're just going to be on rescue, moving the gnomes out of the way and be like, come on, we gotta go. Bring this to Feder.
All right. So I do some quick mental math. Yeah. And so I take off at a sprint towards the mushrooms, towards the mushroom kingdom. And I think that cunning action doubles my move, so I can get 60 feet. I think I counted 55 I can get in flanking with Bonhart. On the other side, like I'm going to go down and around and boing, boing, and I'm going to bop, and I'm going to be on that like lower shelf mushroom.
Okay.
And essentially behind him.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah.
Okay. And going to take just a Hail Mary, like, boing, boing, and just, like, almost like I'm sorry that this turned into a literal Mario punch, but Death's Parlay and just, like, jump.
Exquisite form, sir.
Oh, sir. Natural 20. And Death's Parlay.
You love to see it.
You know what? You love to see it. And for that, I'm going to make this really difficult on myself, and I am actually going to just roll the whole thing. So 12d6.
I love to see it.
12d6, 2d4. Oh my god. Reroll the one that's stacked on the other one. Jesus, how do I even do this?
Why would you re-roll one that's stacked? It landed flat. You just gotta move it over to see the one on the bottom.
10.
That shit's great.
This is so much math. See, John, you started this. 15, 20, 30, 36.
I actually kind of really do want to see the Super Mario movie.
I do too.
Simply because of the little, like, spirit guy in the cage that all the memes have been blowing up about.
Yeah.
And just the happy, dark comments that he's making about, like, death comes for us all and you know, hope being pointless. And I'm just like, I love him.
40. Sorry,
Still counting.
I lost track of counting. So it's 46, 51, plus 50. So 56 points of damage, John.
While not dead, very rough shape. Where did you jab him? You're doing a Mario uppercut to.
He's facing Yusuf.
So like just up the spine, sort of with the blade.
Yeah, it's just like the opposite of like if you've ever seen in a movie where they jump at a curtain or a sail
and cut
Just
it.
ride
cut
the
it and
knife
slide down. It's that the other way around.
Okay.
And
I go-
the opposite of, I don't know, a suture.
And I go, Yahoo! Like that.
He
Boing.
he gives a primal yell and doesn't quite go to all knees, but he falters. He is not doing so well, which brings us to.
And well, you know what? And I'll just be like, you know, your brothers are dead, right? They just send you down into this hole and not realize that we'd kicked their ass earlier today.
As the zero gravity ends, because he's at the height, like the apex of the bounce, and he just falls back down. You know all that, right?
Did you realize your brother's dead?
It's just like, I'm just bouncing on this.
21 hit him.
21 just hits him.
Smite evil.
Oh shit!
He glares at you as if he knows this might be a killing blow, but he just bring it.
Oh, it's already been brought.
That'd be great if you so said that.
That's a much better roll than last time. 38 points of damage.
Yusuf, how do you take out the next Bonham?
I'll let you have this one because he had your gnomes.
Thanks. He kind of realizes it, and Yusuf doesn't react. He just cuts.
Okay.
And he cuts through the milky eye. And Fetter, you see an angled skull cap just kind of bounce off the mushroom next to you before the body
basically
falls.
like the reverse. Instead of swinging from the downward into the upward position, you're going from the upward to the downward.
Yep.
In a underworld slicing of the face.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And you see a calm fall over Yusuf that you haven't seen since they visited Dagnaru's.
The body, that minus the severed part that flew off, falls to its knees and down and starts to melt away, leaving a black, pure Vanta Black rod similar to Bonenheim. And it starts to roll off the mushroom.
Got it.
Got it?
Yeah.
Yusuf sheaves his blade, walks over to the edge, and he's like, I think I can make this. And he'll jump down and bounce on the mushroom and then use the wall to climb down the rest with his hooves.
Okay.
Mountain goat style.
Yeah, the face piece that landed on the ground is also melting away. Simulacrum style.
Well, how many of these we have now? 2? Do we have one from each?
That's 3.
3? What do you
We've
think?
killed 3. We only have 2
2 rods.
though.
That we missed the one in the Opalissa Menagerie, right?
It's not that we missed it.
That
it's that
one
he didn't
didn't-
have one.
Yeah,
He didn't have one.
Well, it didn't melt away either. Did it?
I remember him like it wasn't quite melting away.
Right. The
but-
distinction is it didn't melt. It just like evaporated. Like,
yeah, it was like a dusting moment.
Yeah.
Got it.
So the key distinction being like, yeah, that was a
Like a dry one versus a wet one, John?
Yep, a dry one versus a wet one.
Okay.
Bonenheim was a wet one. Bonhart was a wet one.
Sorry, what round are we on?
200. I don't know. Combat's over.
It hasn't been more than 10 rounds since that drow died on the path, has it?
No.
So Yusuf will actually run to the body and pull out that diamond thing that he found, crush it, and with his last 3rd level spell slot, try and cast Revivify
Oh.
on the drow.
I mean, there's 2 drow that are dead, so...
Well, no, the other one's just got punched in the throat and is just gagging on his tongue.
No,
Yeah.
there's... Oh, that's the thrall
thrall,
person.
yes.
Yeah.
So
if that gem was worth 300 gold, or if the diamond dust was worth 300 gold, it'll work. If not, then he tried.
the drow does return. Sweet. Back to life.
Kind of put my hand on the middle of his back. Is like, it's okay, breathe.
Yeah, he returns to life. He is very dazed, very confused. Not in that fun movie sort of way.
Right? Can you walk?
A moment.
I'll kind of nod to the other one that's there, just kind of like a help him look, and I'm gonna.
The one that's grabbing its throat and just like trying to get breath and is a bit stunned.
Is he still choking?
Yep.
God damn it. Okay.
Just hit him on the other side of his neck. It'll fix it.
Well, no, she hit him in the Adam's apple, right?
Yeah.
I know that.
Did she crush the pharynx? Like, is he dying?
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. Awesome.
So he will drag him onto the actual ground, so he's not on the catwalk,
Okay.
On the catwalk, yeah.
and he sits him up. He takes about 5 steps back and then runs up and knees him as hard as he can in the back.
Okay.
See, that's what I was saying. Just not with your knee.
That's how you do it. The way to bring somebody out of that, because there's a move that you basically crush their windpipe, and the only way to bring them out of that is you have to hit them in the back hard enough to expel all the air out of their lungs and pop it back out.
It works.
It's extremely painful, from what I am told.
Fuck. Yeah.
Since he was in the service, quote unquote, he would know that.
Yeah. And so, as things calm down around you, the drow start
All I
recovering.
have in my head, I'm sorry, is like the with the knee, like
It's
going,
a me!
like jumping in the air, with the knee.
Yeah, he needs him, and you just hear a.
Yeah. Gnome and drow alike are in dazed recovery. You have a Vanta colored black rod that brings you to 2. Maybe some mystery as to well, what's the deal with this scenario? You had 2 rods. You dusted a version, and there's still maybe some, there's still more out there. It's hard to say. Some connective tissue, some things to figure out.
Might be able to scry on these. See where the other one is. We should probably search the camp, round up the gnomes, and just kind of debrief. See if there's any other clusters that are here that we need to save as well. But then if there aren't, wait till everybody can move and then get them out of here and get them someplace safe.
Yes, 100%. And I'm definitely looking for a bunch of diamonds, a bunch of very expensive gems or whatever else that if they mined them but are also setting them aside. I'm wondering just how much loose, exceptionally valuable gems are just sitting around that they were ignoring.
There is a lot.
I'd be like, can you, no offense, gnomes, friends, you're liberated now, but freedom tastes sweeter with a heavy load of gems in your pocket, yeah? Let's grab everything we can carry on the way out.
I mean, if people need to rest, we can do that here.
Sure.
If we need to.
I'd take a short rest.
If we think it's safe. Talking to them, what's the rotation? How soon will other people come down here to relieve other people? Should we leave now? Asking the gnomes, since they've been here the whole time.
Not for a while. Still some time before we have to...
Oh my god. And I just pull out my spell book and I start casting Leomun's tiny hut.
I mean, I wasn't going to sleep down here, as I'm like still just looking at all the, like, just putting gems like into the some of them are just going into the dry cleaning bag, like they're just gonna show up at Elftown, so I'm just like loading my pockets down.
Gotcha. For the sake of it, just a basic investigation, just to ensure that you're not grabbing some duds. These are unrefined.
Eye for detail, and I'm also gonna look for some scarrels too.
Okay. Scarrels are perhaps the easiest.
Becomes
one.
27.
27. Okay.
Yeah, search the whole area. I'm assuming there's like a command tent or something where they were living.
Yep. So the command tent is over here. There's some other gnomes, but for the sake of this, the gnomes are all being gathered and they're all coming out. What's going on? The ones who are in different corners. What's going on? We're free. That sort of thing. But there's a major command tent off to the side a little bit.
Okay.
Where Bonhart had everything set up. You can see a big table inside the tent with just papers, requisitions, plans, plots. The contract for what's his flippin' name? Nitty, a Goliath M who is a cannibal. Make sure to provide some for him. Make sure he's good. That contract, pretty loose. Stuff with Bonenheim to deliver useless workers to him for blood play and experimentation. Something about needing to fill these skirrels, trying to figure out why, what they do. Still kind of in a discovery phase for those and what blood has to do with it. And various missives from Bonham proper to Bonhart. Just saying, things like you get this, here's some new workers coming in, here's some new Dominion guards, I'm requisitioning this part of the Dominion, da-da-da. Things don't, like, it's all pretty basic and your eyes kind of glaze over.
Taslinn. Fetter.
Yeah.
I got papers.
And I look up and go, great, with just armloads. Just armloads of gems.
And with that, our heroes have taken down yet another simulacrum of Bonham. They have another one of those weird black rod thingies and probably need to figure out what to do with it. Before all that, I suppose a plan for getting the gnomes out of this mine are in order. Lots. But that is a story for another day. Let's do this again soon, yeah? Your ears here, my stories in your ears. All that and more in these Demon Days.